Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and the Royal Court expansion. So first thing we're going to do in today's episode is we're going to be changing out our Spymaster. I know we really wanted to get him in as Spymaster, but considering the fact that our son and heir, Prince Mieszko, is also very good at intrigue, and that's his education, which means for the AI that he's definitely going down that lifestyle. If we were to make him our Spymaster, not only does he get the advantages of having a place in our council, but he'll also get increased experience bonus, lifestyle experience bonus. So he'll get through his perks quicker, meaning that he'll have more perks when we become him. So it makes a lot of sense to change him out, and he's not that much worse than our current Spymaster. It's only 2 points less. So I think it would be a good idea to go ahead and change this up. And, we get the 20 opinion for firing him, but remember, he likes us so much that it's probably not going to be an issue. Yeah, we're still in a plus 100 because remember we gave him all this territory. He's also not a powerful noble right now. He's a torturer, by the way. But yeah, I think getting our son down the experience or down the lifestyle tree will be worth changing him out. So that's the first thing we're going to do, and then we're going to be holding court. Take a look at what 3 events we get today. Let's hope that some of these are decent. So our vassal here can barely contain his rage erupting. Something must be done about that Russian outsider. I've had quite enough of Duke Ingvar and his ridiculous customs. I mean, have you seen how those savages eat? It is time for your foreign subjects to adopt the mores of their betters. Alright, so this is one of our dukes here. He's a Russian. We can say our nobility must be Polish. We'll gain 5 dread. Cultural acceptance between the Poles and Russians will decrease by 10%, so that'd be a bad thing, really. And the count here would get an increase of opinion. Every Russian county in the Polish-Ruthenian Empire will be harder to integrate as they'll get the unwanted culture here. And then we have the possible outcome that this duke will convert to Polish. Or maybe he'll just be angry at us. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a good option at all. But he said to say there's much you can learn from other traditions. There's a 40% chance that cultural acceptance will increase, 60% chance that we'll lose prestige, and this is because of the diplomacy challenge. Now, no matter what, we get a +5 opinion with all Russian vassals, so that'd be really useful just for the opinion bonus. Polish or no, Ingvar is a loyal vassal, might become a friend with him. Or you say the Polish-Ruthenian Empire is a land of many peoples, will gain 6 court grandeur and 10 opinion with every non-Polish vassal. Okay, so that's the most useful, honestly. Now, I would like to get the cultural acceptance with the Russians up, that'd be nice. But it's a 40% chance. Let's just go with this one, guys. That's a 10 plus opinion with everybody. That isn't Polish, of course. So I got our court grandeur up to level 8. Let's take a look at the court grandeur level 8. Courtiers who lived in the court. Oh, that's the special trait, so they get the better special trait. Alright, awesome. So we're moving towards level 9 here. That gives you the imprison chance plus 10%, increased renown, and also guardianship acceptance for vassals is more likely. So rivals and agreement. I want to say we might have seen this before. Essentially, these two people don't like each other. The countess and the count here. They're coming together to demand that we give them less taxes. So it's a diplomacy challenge here with this option. You can say, I'm sure if we looked at this another way, we'll successfully convince them to drop the matter. And it's a 62% chance of success, and we'll gain 300 diplomacy lifestyle experience points, which I don't think that's enough for us to level up or anything. In that, get a perk in that tree. We'll gain opinion with both of them, but there's a 37% chance that we'll fail and then lose 10 opinion for 5 years. Control growth would decrease as well. Okay, so some bad penalty there. Instead, we could say this option, I am not your enemy, she is an intrigue challenge, so we try and turn them against each other again. That's a 57% chance of success, so we're better going with the diplomacy one. This would give you the 300 intrigue lifestyle experience points and manipulated enemies modifier, increasing scheme discovery chance. We could end up getting a rival with either of those two characters, though, doing that option. Could go with the prowess challenge. Perhaps you'd back these words up with steel. We'll gain some dread. We have a 0% chance of failure here. So this is clearly the best way to go. Though, I do like the idea of getting the lifestyle experience points and everything. Let's go with the 100% chances as us, guys. And dread's helpful. So as far as where our dread's at, we'll have to take a look at that. I think we've seen this event before. This is another one of those survey Yeah, we've seen it and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't the big survey one we did, the grand survey, which that gave some nice bonuses. We've done this one before, and I didn't like the bonuses for what you're paying for. But you do get some bonuses for our daughter here. But yeah, I don't think that's worth it. So we'll just go with this option here. We'll lose some opinion, but yeah, I'm not paying 500 gold for that. We already know that we didn't like the effects of it. That was a while ago that we had that event before. Let's see if there's anything here we need to know about. Now, I am aware that we hold too many duchies. We've held too many duchies for a while. Somebody asked me about that, why I haven't dealt with it. Because we don't really have an issue with the vassals right now, with vassal opinion. Vassal opinion's fine. We're not facing large factions. If we did face any factions, we could easily put them down. That's going to be more of an issue for our son, but it's not an issue for us. And here's the thing. We give out a duchy title that we currently hold. We'll have to give out the counties as well, or else, that character would be unhappy with us about that. So, we got the Duchy of Prussia. We got 2 counties here. Here, this duchy title. We got, I think these are, oh no, it's just these 3 here. So you got 3 counties you got to give up. And then here, obviously, we're not giving those ones out, so I guess that's our capital one. So really, it's just these 2. And I just don't think it's worth it, honestly. So that's the reason why we're not doing it. We're supposed to get a little shot of money here. Yep, we got 828 gold. And we already know what we're going to do with that. We're going to try and increase the size of our men-at-arms. We'll go ahead and start with the light cav here, the Connie. And what do we want to do next? I guess we'll do the armored footman. And then from there, we can do the pikemen. And yeah, just kind of really spend all our money on this here. Just try and increase the size of our men-at-arms. Try and get them built up fully. I suppose the next would be the light footmen. They're kind of cheap to do. We might even be able to do them a little bit. So almost got them all filled out. Just got one more here. Obviously, this is very expensive. But I think it's worth it to have a very large size army with a lot of men-at-arms. Definitely worth it, guys. And that'll increase our number up to 18,000 total when you count the levies. We do have another Royal Court event, Distrust of a Friendship. So one thing somebody noticed in the comments is that Judas is no longer with the Templars. You can see he is in our court here. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing here, why he left the Templars, but he is here. He's also here right now, but he never went with the Templars. He's just a monk. Now, anxiety knots my stomach as jealousy rears its ugly head. I sigh and glare at the cause of my misery. I know I ought to be thankful that our guest, Zimbislava, appears to get along well with Judas, but there's something in how the two interact that worries me. Their smiles are of the kind that lifelong friends or devoted lovers share. They unabashedly act as if they're the only ones in the room, blithely leaving me out of their conversation. Just what is their relationship, and should I do something about it? So she's a gardener. She's one of our guests. Very skilled. She has a lot of skills. So we can say, I must put a stop to whatever is budding between them. And then we get a reduction of opinion. 41% chance that it will be successful, or 58% chance they become friends or even lovers. We can encourage their bond to ensure that the visit goes well. And we might get an opinion boost here. Yeah, it's 53% chance of success at that. Say whatever the relationship might be, I'll stay out of it. Or we can say that she's no longer welcome in our court. We'll encourage it. I don't have any problem with them being friends or even lovers. I don't really care. I mean, I guess if we wanted to be a good church-going person, yeah, I guess that could cause some problems, I suppose, if they become lovers. Kind of don't want them to be lovers. But being friends wouldn't be bad. Does he have any friends? He doesn't have any friends. Could just stay out of it as well. We don't really need the opinion with them. We'll just stay out of it, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so it peters out. So it's probably for the best. Because if we want him to, maybe become an archbishop or something, somebody's got to replace him. I mean, he's never going to die. This guy's 74 years old. He's ailing now, but he went down that health branch on the perks, and that's the reason why he's lasted so long. But eventually, he's got to die. Can't live forever. And somebody's going to have to replace him. Could be one of our sons. That's a possibility. We won't get to choose who replaces him, but Yeah, we'll see what happens there, guys. Were we unsuccessful in boosting his opinion? Sure seems like we were. He would accept, though, now. All right, so let's go and offer his vassalage. And remember, that's right here. And she wants to pay homage to us. No money this time. All right, so he accepted. So we no longer need to boost his opinion. And we can start working on her next. Because she's pretty close as well. So yeah, just go ahead and boost her opinion. Probably one shot might be enough to get her to accept. Yeah, just kind of expanding peacefully east. While we're going to expand more violently west. Because I think we're going to attack Bohemia next and just take this one county from them. They wouldn't be too difficult of a fight here. They do have an ally now, but he's not very strong. And we did gain a level of devotion. Excellent. So we're a devoted servant now. Yeah, I think we're going to attack and take that county. Our culture made an advancement over here. This was not the one that we were working on. We just kind of got that because we're close to getting it. So it allows us to recruit them as men-at-arms. Might want to replace our current men-at-arms then for that one. Because those ones are, I mean, they're different, but overall they're better. We don't have battlements yet. That's the one we're currently working on. And we're not going to get it anytime soon. 8 years. It's going to be a while. That's the reason why we can't advance any further here. So if we wanted to upgrade this, you see we cannot. We don't have the battlements innovation to improve this. So not able to do that just yet. Let me just see if there's anything in here we need to be aware of. Nope. Nothing. So yeah, we'll attack Bohemia as soon as we get like a little bit of war chest, and maybe we'll change out our men-at-arms as well. I can see doing that. That would be kind of expensive changing them. So we have a heresy happening over here. Who is this character where the heresy is going, and why do we need to know this? We don't need to know. All right, so we'll just say, what twisted mockery of our faith is this? Because we won't be converting to that. We are quite happy with Catholicism. And another crusade is about to happen. Where will it be? Oh, okay. So this one here, this time, is going to be in Spain. So it'll be over here. And so it's going to be against any Muslims that are in this region. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and conquer this guy here. He has allies as well in Iberia, or at least one. So yeah, we will have to fight some over here. Do we want to get involved in that? We're a crusader, but our son is not. I kind of wanted him to serve as a knight. So maybe we'll force him as a knight so he can become a crusader too. So I think we will probably join in this, and we'll just have to postpone the war with Bohemia and instead do the crusade. Gain some piety doing so. And there's a chance that we might be able to put like one of our bastard children over there instead. You know, if we get enough points or however it decides who's going to take over. And Lombardy has embraced that heresy. Okay, so it's spreading over here in Italy. Yeah, we'll just wait for that then. We'll do that conflict instead. So yeah, we'll go and accept that. I think that he didn't have the money before. He wasn't willing to accept it. We can take a look and see if there's any other prisoners we might want to get rid of. Like demand her conversion, perhaps. Can't get a weak hook. We'll just demand her conversion. We have this child here. Probably just another one we'll demand a conversion for. Can't get the hook, so that's all we'll be able to do. And then same thing here. Again, just kind of slowly converting them all. We do need to select a beneficiary, of course. So let me see who's available. Well, that's interesting. We can actually put one of our sons of the church in there. The question is, if you do that, does it remove their monk trait and result in them now being in the inheritance? That could cause us some problems. I'm not entirely sure, but as you can see, we don't have any other options but them. And there's nothing here changing that up. Well, who would we want to be in that position? He's a Templar, a former member of the Templars, so he makes sense as a Crusader. I suppose he's a slightly better character I mean, he has the higher learning. Remember, he's not our trueborn son, while Samber is. Well, I guess I'd like to see Samber get a church position, so we'll do Judas. And I'm not entirely happy about that option. Oh, you can't. Okay, so it won't let you do it. I was thinking, like, that doesn't make any sense, because what's it do? Remove the trait? So they shouldn't even be options over here, since you can't pick them. So we don't even have anybody to appoint. That's unfortunate. I was thinking one of the bastard children could be selected, but apparently you can't do the bastard children unless we legitimize them, which of course then that causes issues. We could do our daughter if we legitimize a daughter, although she is not a bastard and she's not an option. Maybe it has to be an adult. So I think she should be an adult in time, and then we'll put her on that position. Yeah, I think that's great, and then we'll want to arrange the marriage, of course, for her as well. But that would mean that we wouldn't be able to use her as an alliance. But we could legitimize our bastard daughter and use her for an alliance. That'd be an option. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait. And we did convert both of those children, by the way. So we'll just let this play a little bit and save us some money here for the Crusade. And we'll also be changing these guys out, I think. Just go ahead and get rid of him completely, and then create the new men-at-arms. We'll go and create them now. Won't increase them in size though until we get, well, we'll get rid of them now. And then just go ahead and build them up. Ecstatic peasantry. The peasants in the county of Rodom are in good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese-laying golden eggs. The peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. So we can say I graciously accept their gifts, get some money. We can say intriguing, send soldiers to collect more gifts. We'll gain 80 stress because we're temperate. We'll get some dread. We'll get a ton of money. Reducing the control by a lot, though. Or we say no need their surplus. No, they need their surplus more than I do. Increasing the development growth and popular opinion there. So we could take the development. We're just going to take the money, though. So I can use that to increase their numbers as much as possible. Try and get them up to full strength before the Crusade begins. I don't know if we'll bring all of our troops. That'd be really expensive. We can lawfully imprison this countess here. Who is she? I'm hoping she's who I think she is. No, she's not. I was thinking she was over here. That is not that character. She's pregnant. She's a fornicator. She's not married and she's pregnant, so makes sense. So we can arrest her for that if we so desired. We do need another holding here. But is that the holding we want? That's not a bad one. Which duchy? That's in a completely separate duchy. I don't see any reason not to arrest her and take her title. Now, fornicator, I don't think you can actually take... I don't think you can take titles for being a fornicator. But there's other things we can do with her. So let's go and imprison her. And at the very least, we could change up her contract, which remember, I think we had to give her reduced taxes to get her in here. So can we revoke her title? Yes, you can from the fornicator. Okay, so let's just go and revoke the title then in this case. And we lost stress for doing so. Well, that's interesting. Not entirely sure why. Because she's our rival. Was she always our rival? As I didn't even notice that. If that was the case, I don't know how she became a rival. I could see her becoming a rival now. No, she couldn't have been because her opinion was high. So that's interesting. We shouldn't have reduced stress because she wasn't our rival before we took the title. She became a rival when we took it. So control is now at 0 here. We need to work on improving that then. So get the control back up over there, and should get us a little bit more money here. And we're back up to our domain holding limit, which is fantastic. And we can take a look, see what they've built here. Okay, just a few things. All right, so this is about Samber. And whenever I talk to him about my wife, Queen Bolesław, she always grows distant. Oh, so we're talking to our wife about him. At first, I thought nothing of it, but now I'm starting to suspect that Bolesław is hiding something. Samber's probably not our legit son either. I do not question the heritage of my son Samber lightly, but doubt is gnawing at my mind. I knew she still had secrets. I bet none of our sons are ours. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet. So we can say I need to make sure if Samber is not my trueborn child. It'll be an intrigue challenge. If we discover the truth, nothing happens. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see what happens. Well, at least know. And Yefrosina has come of age. All right, excellent. She got level 3 charismatic negotiator. And now I think we're going to try and make her our beneficiary. And who we marry her to, I mean, that really depends on whether or not she's our beneficiary. Or excuse me, whether or not she gets the territory here. But once she leaves us, we wouldn't be able to arrange the marriage for her. I guess we can look around in the area and see if there'd be any good marriages. Just in case she ends up being there. I mean, he's already married. A lot of daughters. You got a younger son who's already betrothed here. We could do a marriage with him, I suppose. I don't really want the alliance in the area. Yeah, I'm not really super interested in the alliance over there. Yeah, we could do the marriage with him instead of with Leon. Because, yeah, there's just no options over here. His primary heir and eldest son is already betrothed. So the alliance wouldn't be a long-term thing. Well, I guess he's pretty young, so it would be kind of a long-term thing. But, yeah, you could do the alliance with his younger son. Just so she would have an ally in the area. Could instead arrange a marriage with France or Aquitaine, so she'd have a more powerful ally. That might be more useful. But I'm not entirely sure if there's anybody really good over here. Yeah, they've already arranged a marriage for that son and this son. What about grandchildren? Nope. So they actually have a queen of France, by the way. She rules in her own right. Aquitaine, he's not married yet. So that would be a very good choice. So let's do that. Although it would not be, if we want our dynasty to keep the title over here, I didn't think about that. Because he's not going to do a matrilineal marriage. Yeah, I didn't think about that. We probably want a matrilineal marriage, which then in that case you could go with Castile then. Yeah, we want to make sure our dynasty keeps the titles over there. So you could do like a really young son, and maybe then who's not set to inherit anything. Although this guy's set to inherit something, so they're probably not going to agree to it. We can take a look though. They would agree to a matrilineal marriage. All right, he's really young though. He's 2. How about the older son? As long as it's not the primary heir, they might be willing to do it. And we have a lot of modifiers to help us out on that. Yeah, they would be willing to accept that. Again, though, they're not going to accept the primary heir. It doesn't matter anyway because he's already betrothed. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where all we could get matrilineal marriages now. That looks like some people would be willing to accept them. You do like England. Again, I'm not really interested in being allied to them, but you know, like a younger son of England. And then you do a matrilineal marriage, and then maybe you get your dynasty on the throne of England. Because, you know, any of the children would be of your dynasty, so you just got to take out one kid. Again, they wouldn't do it with him. Yeah, just too short on it there. Close, though. Yeah, we're not going to get an acceptance there. Yeah, I kind of feel like England is the place to do it. This could work out very nicely for us. So that's what we're going to do. So let's arrange a marriage for the younger son here in England. He is very young, unfortunately, so she would be older by the time. How old is she? 15, 16? She's 16, I think. So by the time he comes of age, she'll be in her mid-late 20s, but still quite young enough to have children. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And hopefully it works out. We'll do the matrilineal marriage, and then we'll take out the elder son. And then this results into being beneficial even if she doesn't take over there. Because you still have, again, you just got to take out the eldest son there. You still have your dynasty on the throne of England. So we wave at our wife. She turns away. I just need to know, is this our son or not? Initial concerns about his lineage seem to have been misgivings. However, they're not like to forget them anytime soon. So you can say he can't hide anything from me. This will be the intrigue challenge. 59% chance of discovering the truth, or we could just go with it's such a relief. I'm going to go with this one because I really do believe that he's not our son. I don't think any of our sons are, honestly. I don't think they're our kids. I think she She had all those kids with that lover of hers. Let's go increase the size here. Again, trying to get them up to full size. So the King of England did agree. And so now, because the AI is pretty unlikely to break a betrothal, you're going to take out the eldest son now in order to do it while he's a child, and it's easier. And then also if you fail, which is always a possibility. So we can try and kill him. But before we do, let's see if we can't look for secrets, though. I guess that's completely ineffective because we can't blackmail. Damn. Yeah, without the blackmail mechanic, which, again, I think it's still broken. I can take a look and see if it was fixed. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we still can't blackmail. Yeah, you can only send one of these interactions at a time. So yeah, it's not an option, blackmailing, unfortunately. So yeah, I guess what we'll have to do is, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how we do it. Just we'd have to throw money around to get it done, and we just don't have the money right now. So we'd want to wait, essentially. We won't do the assassination just yet. We'll be patient with it. So yeah, just waiting for this crusade to start. And also, I guess we're still investigating our son here. Despite following Samber everywhere, my spies have found no indication that I suspect his lineage. I don't know why he wouldn't even know. I don't know why we're following him around. He's still upset that I would harbor suspicion at all, though. So we lost opinion of both of them. Okay. He still likes us a lot, though. And this is the valued diplomatic courtier, which we get from having that level 8 grandeur. And so it is an increase in diplomacy, but you're also getting a prestige bonus every month for everybody who has it, and monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience points plus 15%. So I think that would help our daughter, although she has the regular one. I don't think you can have both. I think you only have the one. I think he got it because he wasn't here long enough to get it. So yeah, you can only have the one. Alright, so we're just kind of letting it fly here as we're trying to get to the crusade here. We got an event about a liar's pay. I was shocked when I caught Ivan trying to steal. So this is just his trait one, isn't it? So yeah, he has the deceitful. Decrease in diplomacy, increase in intrigue. Again, we want him to be a fighter, so we're going to look for traits that might boost that. But I don't think any of these would be any better. You know, honesty, you get the diplomacy instead of the intrigue. With humble, you know, you get the piety, increased opinion from the liege. How are we doing on stress? Because, yeah, I would like him to be humble, so we have less issues with him. And, you know, maybe he'll end up joining the Templar Order if we have him have some beneficial traits. Like, I kind of wanted to use him as a knight, but I don't really want him to be deceitful, though. That seems like a problem. So let's just have him be humble instead. We'll take a little bit of stress. That's okay. Can we work out? No, we cannot. Not until 11:30, the 5th of October. All right, had to take a break real quick for dinner. And I don't recall exactly what we're doing. I think we were waiting for the crusade to happen here. But yeah, let's go and let it play here. I believe that's what we were doing. So I was kind of thrown off here because apparently we have a daughter named Gratislava. I was not even aware of that. So let's take a look at who that is real quick. But yeah, we'll let her accept this invitation here. But yeah, I don't remember. Is that the bastard daughter? Did we name her after our... Yeah, this is the bastard daughter, and we named her after our wife. Yeah, I mean, that might annoy her some. Especially since we named... I guess that's fitting. I was going to say I probably wouldn't want her named after the wife because we wouldn't want to be reminded of her. Because we hated her so much. You know, I kind of feel like we should change her name, honestly. Maybe... We already have her Yefrosina. And of course, that's what we named our actual daughter. So yeah, we'll just go in here and see what possible names we have. See if we got anything a little bit better. We'll do Anna. That'll be a much better name for her. She got another war declared on her. This is a populist uprising. You would think, I mean, she probably couldn't take it out, actually. We'll accept it. It's unfortunate that we gotta get involved in this, because yeah, I don't really care about it. But yeah, I suppose we'll help her. Just like raise up a few troops, so that doesn't even have to be that many. Let's raise up a few troops, maybe not even any levies. I'm thinking just the men-at-arms would probably be the best way to go about doing this. Did we fully increase the size here? We did not. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so let's just raise up only the men-at-arms. And we'll raise them up right here, I suppose. Oops. That actually set to move the rally point, don't we? So yeah, we'll only raise up the men-at-arms here. And who do we have commanding? We got our marshal. All right, excellent. All right, so we got all our troops, 2,400 total. Where is the rest? Oh, they split them up. I didn't do the shift. I see. All right, so let's just go and get them all into one army, and then we'll stomp around and chase these guys down. I suppose we can put these guys here. Have them meet up right there. Probably be a better way to do this. Yeah, I had nothing special today. Just had some white rice with some ground beef and some scrambled eggs. That's a dinner I eat very often. It'd probably depress you if you knew how often I eat that dinner. You know, I do have the stomach issues, so I am, you know, limited what all I can eat due to all the stomach problems I have. And unfortunately, one of the pills I take, I have 2 prescription pills that I take for those stomach issues, and one of them is not available right now. It's like nowhere. You can't find it in any pharmacy. My wife works in a pharmacy, so I know. And they don't have it available anywhere. And it's just very unfortunate. So the stomach problems have been a little bit worse than they usually are because of that, not being able to get my medicine. I can't get the main one, the important one I can get. We were able to sway her. Remember, we're attempting to get her to accept vassalage, and she would. All right, so let's go ahead and send that off. We also finished that battle. We'll take a look at that in a second. Let's get this offer back. And she does accept. All right, so we don't need to sway her any further. And instead, we're going to want to take a look at some of the other people. This was right here, by the way. So just making our empire look a lot neater overall when it comes to the map. So this guy would be the next one, though I don't think he's very likely to accept. Yeah, he's very unlikely. That's going to require a conquest. You got this character here. He's stupid peasant leader. He would make a good knight, though. We could see if he's willing to accept. It's a pretty low chance. And his opinion's already kind of high of us. It's 42. And so we're getting a bonus of plus 14. Now, somebody told me that maxed out at plus 15, but I don't know, unless you just don't get any more for getting higher, because he's only plus 42 right now. So it makes me think that you get up to higher, but yeah, maybe it does max out. I'm not entirely sure. In that case, we wouldn't be able to get him to accept. We can see if there's anybody more likely. He's plus 19, so he would be more likely to accept. How about this guy over here? Plus 34. You got the ones down here. They're at war, so you can't send off that offer. Same with this guy here. So yeah, the best option would be this guy, I think. No. This guy. So he'll be the next one that we work on swaying. Just trying to peacefully expand. That's that battle finished up here, and that's 100% win, so we can just go ahead and disband our troops now. She should accept that. So yeah, just a real quick conflict. It wasn't even all that costly for us because we only raised up the men-at-arms. Yeah, just trying to keep her, strong until our son inherits. So we'll get our guy over here and then disband him. All right, excellent. And I think we've fully increased all of these now. So now it's just a matter of creating a new men-at-arms. As far as what we'd get here, probably armored horsemen. They're expensive. But yeah, the heavy knights here, the heavy cav, have that insane damage. So I think we'll get them. We have enough flat terrain where they could really perform quite well for us. So yeah, we'll do the armored horsemen. But obviously we don't have the money for that. And we want to save some money for the Crusade whenever that's going to get started here, 7th of January, 11:30. So it's very soon. So we're not going to spend any more money. We'll build any more men-at-arms. We'll just get ready for this Crusade, which will be here right now. So let's go ahead and probably deploy them right here. Yeah, you would want to go by sea. That's still the quickest way to go. I suppose right here would be it actually doesn't matter. You're going into the sea zone regardless. So it's really just supply limit. Supply limit is pretty high up here. And not bad. Actually, this location here has got decent development. So yeah, we'll raise them up right here. As far as how many to send, though, I guess that's the question, isn't it? How many do you want to send? I'm not entirely sure how large this crusade's going to be. They got a lot of troops. We might need to send all of our troops, actually. Yeah, I think we're going to need to send all the troops. What we'll do is we'll wait, so we're not the first to arrive. Let's just wait, and the other advantage is we can earn a little bit more money here. And we can see just how large this conflict's going to be, and how many allies we're going to have, and all that kind of good stuff. The Polish culture has embraced that tradition. So, of course, that gave us the monastic communities. Temperate trait would be more common. It also has additional benefits. We have the temperate trait, so we might want to take a look at that. Monk traits have additional bonuses, so we can look at that as well. And then, most importantly, characters of this culture are more likely to accept taking the vows, especially your underage children. That's the main reason why we got this. Now, before we look at those traits, we had talked about getting another tradition and whether we were able to do it before our ruler dies. And I had completely forgot about the fact there's a big old long cooldown between doing these, which I'm aware of because I've actually done one tradition in another campaign I'm playing. And yeah, it's like a really long one. Can we see that? I think it's like, I don't know, 100 years? No, it's not that long. Maybe 50 or 80 or something like that. Let's just look. Should say here. 22nd of January, 1180. It's a 50-year cooldown. So we will not be getting another tradition anytime soon, guys. So yeah, that's a very, very long time from now. So it won't be in his lifetime. It won't be in his son's lifetime either. We'll probably be the character after that by the time we'll be able to get another tradition. So no point in even really being concerned about that at all or looking at what we want next, because this is not anytime soon. This is not something you're supposed to be getting done quickly. And it's understandable. All right, so we're going to let ourselves earn some money for a little bit here. Just get it up to, I don't know, maybe like one more month here. And just allow allies to bring troops over here as well. Oh, and we died. Okay, so we died. I was not expecting to die right now. We're 61 years old. Let's go and read this. Emperor Mieszko I of the Polish-Ruthenian Empire, which remember he's the first because of the fact that he's the first emperor of the Polish-Ruthenian Empire, so that restarts. So he rested in the arms of the Lord at 61 years of age. He died of old age. A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the heathens in one of the greatest holy wars of recent history. Is that the first the first crusade that we participated in? I'm not entirely sure if that was the first crusade in our game. I think so. Yeah, I think that was the first one. And so this here would be the second crusade. Yeah, I don't think it's talking about this one, though, considering the fact that it just started, but maybe. Emperor Mieszko ascends to the throne, a formidable duelist. Many expect him to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. So that's what his highest score is, rather than the intrigue. Well, actually, his intrigue's the highest. All right, so I'm surprised I brought that up. So let's go and take a look at... Well, the titles, obviously, we did get all the titles, which is going to cause us problems up here, because we're also getting his additional county. That's a total of 13, and remember, he doesn't have very good stewardship, or nothing like his father, obviously. And these are the current characters we played as. We played as Bolesław II for 40 years, only played as his son Mieszko I for 24 years. We'll see just how long we play as Mieszko II, since we're coming to the throne at a much younger age than we did his father. So yeah, we could end up playing with him for even longer than the first Bolesław here. Just as far as the little things down here, I think you can see that over here as well. So yeah, he's culture head. He was dreaded. He was exalted among men. A devoted servant to the Catholic faith. He got 2 of the finisher perks and fought in 21 wars, 6 offensive, 14 defensive, 1 offensive Great Holy War. So I think they might actually be talking about this conflict when it comes to the Greatest Holy War, since this was the only one he did while he was king. He fought in the other one as a knight, but it was his father who's actually in the conflict. So we're now continuing as a new emperor, Mieszko II. Terrible time for us to be sending our troops off. Yeah, it's just a really bad time, honestly, for us to be dealing with this. And it's a real shame. So we've got all kinds of things we have to deal with now. We have to hand out titles. Alliance expired with Lambert. and a faction was created against us immediately, the Liberty faction. Not surprising. Now, this is one reason why I didn't go to the absolute crown authority, because that does result in a much higher negative vassal opinion, negative 20 compared to the high crown authority. So I knew that when we played as him, he was going to have some problems. And so we need to start getting those fixed. Now, he has 3 children. So we already have a son. His name is also Mieszko. I suppose we'll just leave it as Mieszko for now. He's charming. So as far as his education goes, see what we might want to pick. It'd basically be either diplomacy or intrigue. Since we're already doing intrigue, we could do a diplomacy one, I suppose. Why not? Yeah, we'll do a diplomacy one. Just try and have a character that does a little bit of, try and go through all the different trees that we can. Have a little variety anyways. We do have to pick our lifestyle. He's already been going down the intrigue seducer one. He's only gotten 1 so far. So we won't reset perks or anything just for that. And that's the seduce scheme power plus 30%. I don't know which route we'll go. Probably the schemer first. I think that would be the best thing to get, honestly. And he's already got an heir. So yeah, we don't really have to go down fertility or anything like that. I think we'll go down the schemer one. And hopefully that bug is fixed so that we can, try and get ourselves some hooks through blackmail. So as far as the lifestyle focuses, this is the first time I went down intrigue in this series, so we'll look at them. We got the skullduggery focus, which is going to give us 3+ intrigue, the most you can get from any of these, and then plus 10 on agent acceptance, so pretty useful for your schemes. Temptation focus, increasing fertility and attraction opinion, and our seduce scheme power. I don't know how much of that we'll be doing, at least initially. We have other concerns at the moment. Or intimidation focus, which is only 2+ intrigue, but you get the plus 30 dread. And I think that this one here would be the most useful for us right now in the beginning, when we're going to be dealing with factions and potential rebellions and all kinds of issues. The dread would be super helpful. Now we'll probably move to this one a bit later as we begin to focus more on schemes. But for now, let's go with the intimidation to get that natural dread. I think that'd be helpful to have. Also, we actually start with a perk here. So we can get the truth is relative now, enabling the fabricate hook scheme, and find secrets may also fabricate hooks. Alright, and that's that mission for our spy master. So we do need to get everybody appointed again. We got the same patriarch, but he obviously doesn't like us much. She get the little bonus from how he felt about our father. Apparently not, though. Yeah, we're not getting any bonus from our father. As far as what we want to have our wife do, she is also intrigue focused, so you're going to get the most bonus by doing court intrigue. But we don't really need to boost intrigue any further. How much are we getting for the assist ruler? So we get 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's really the best way to spread out the bonuses, I think. You can also just try and make up for some weaknesses, like our really, really weak diplomacy. To get a plus 6 there, that's the most you're going to get. Or the stewardship, get a plus 6 there so we can manage more lands. Both of those would be pretty useful rather than the plus 2. I think that's probably the better way to go, honestly. Is either go with diplomacy for the opinion or manage domain. We're going to go with manage domain because that'll allow us to have 1 more holding, which is important as we're above that domain limit. Let's go and get the rest of these council positions done. So with the Chancellor, so we have 4 powerful vassals. Where's the 5th one? He must be a child. Yeah, it must be a child somewhere. So out of these 4 here, it would be good to try and appoint as many of them as possible. I know we had like a really good steward. That's this count here. But yeah, I mean, he's the second best, so it probably makes the most sense to do him for our steward. Yeah, we'll do this Duke here. He would make a decent spy master as well. Yeah, not too shabby. But I think we're going to pick somebody who likes us for the spy master. Maybe, we'll see. Because I don't know if we'll put all these guys in place. I think she would be our best for the marshals. There's also this powerful Duke here who'd be even better. I mean, a lot of these characters are better than her. She's got all that territory up there, and we kind of want her to rebel. So we're going to let her rebel. That's right. We want to take that territory. We need to weaken them. So we're going to let her rebel, even though she would be a decent marshal, but not as good as some of these other characters. So I think we should put one of these 2 in place instead. As far as we could put him again, but he's older now. So let's put him in place. That'll boost his opinion of us. And then for Chancellor, I suppose we'll do this Duke here. And get him into the positive at least. And then for Spymaster, I think we're going to do somebody who likes us. I think we're going to do Lambert here. Not a huge opinion boost. The plus 25 from the predecessor opinion's helping, but yeah, not quite as high as I was hoping that would be. So let's go ahead and figure out how we want to do this. We should probably start looking for secrets. Yeah, we'll want to look for secrets maybe on her. Yeah, we'll start with her. As far as what he's doing, I think we need him to increase control, but yeah, he's already doing that, it looks like. But we need to give out titles, so we'd probably give out that one, is what I would assume. It's a level 11 development. There's these ones up here. They're not worth that much, are they? I think we're going to give out Prussia, and then I'll get rid of one of the duchies as well, because remember, we have too many duchies. So I think it's time. And one reason why I wanted to wait to do this, I talked about this earlier in the episode, you know, we weren't getting, we didn't have any factions, we didn't have any problems with the opinion of our vassals, and so there was no reason to give out the duchy title, the third duchy title, as our previous character. He could keep it, and he could eat the negative 15 opinion that he was getting. And the benefit of not handing it out means that Mieszko II can hand it out, and thus get the opinion bonus for doing so. So that's what we're going to do, guys. Now, as far as who we're going to give it to, I don't know. Could be somebody in here, like him. You can make him a double duchy, and then a double duchy, a double duke. That was like a double Sunday or something. And then his other son would get it, and it would split, as long as they both lived. Or you end up creating a problem where you have a powerful duke up here. So it might be better instead just give it to his other son. Which one of these are better? I suppose that's what you would want to look at here. He's doing the stewardship. Because you could give him the duchy, and then what would happen is that the younger son would then get this duchy. I suppose that works as well. He's set to inherit just a couple counties, it looks like. So yeah, you could do that and start working on their children. He likes us a lot. We have a lot in common, apparently. So I almost want to give it to him because I think he'd be a better ruler, and then have the intrigue guy over here instead. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, and this should work out. And then give him this title. We'd have to give him... Probably just give him both of these counties, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and he's going to absolutely love us. And so we'll have a nice, faithful ally here who, you know, shouldn't inherit his territory, but we'll find out, make sure that's how it goes. So yeah, we want to give him those two, and then the duchy as well. And so he'll absolutely love us. We'll transfer all the vassals, all that kind of good stuff. And this will bring us down below the penalty. And so you'll see everybody feels much better about us. Alright, so we got a duke up here who likes us quite a bit. We've already transferred all those vassals over to him as well. As far as the last two counties, we know we want to keep all these. We could give out those ones. But you know what? We don't have the duchy title over here, so I think we're just going to grant these out to somebody. Now, there's a lot of options. We have the two cousins over here that we could grant it to. He's ill. So you do have the risk of anything you give out could end up going to the other one if one of them dies. Like, for instance, that younger one dies, you give him these territories, and then maybe he ends up giving those over to his brother. Then his brother's now like a really powerful count over here. And he doesn't really have great traits yet. We can't really see him. He's working on diplomacy. Yeah, I can see boosting this side of the family over here. Probably just give this all to him, to the younger one. Might be the better way to do it. What is he working on? He's also working on diplomacy. Yeah, we just don't know how he's going to end up turning out here. There are other options as well, and of course we can always just grant it to like a, somebody who's loyal to us, like a knight or something. I want to say we have somebody here that doesn't have any titles. That guy does. Oh, that's that giant. Okay, I remember him. Where's he at? Where did I put him? Just double check on it. Okay, so he's up here. So he's serving as one of our knights. Should have a pretty good group of knights since we have a lot less knights that we can utilize now. Yeah, level 10 is our lowest knight. Not going to reward him, though. We got level 12 there. He doesn't have any titles. Could grant him something, I suppose. I guess we'll take a look at him, see if that's something we want to do. He's 32 years old. I can see granting him one and then grant our cousin the other. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and grant him one title over here. Boosting his opinion. And then we'll grant Brandenburg to current Count of Berlin. Our cousin. Alright, excellent. So now both of our cousins over here have 2 titles, though of course his do not connect here since he has Mecklenburg. And that gets us below the holding limit. So that's been solved. We are looking at a powerful faction rising up, but we do have sisters who need... Well, I guess we'd have to legitimize her. That's right. So we could legitimize her. We could also legitimize our bastard brother. And then we could even give him a title later. We don't have the prestige to do so yet. So no legitimizing yet. So there's no alliances really that we can create here. Unless... Can you do an alliance with a bastard? I don't really recall. We can try. Let's take a look at the factions. Also, it looks like we have a bunch of artifacts and stuff we have to deal with, don't we? I'm not sure what the new stuff we got. Yeah, we can kind of like take a peek here, see if there's anything we want to switch out. I kind of feel like this is all stuff we already had. Oh, it's sorted by acquisition date. So, does that mean that the new stuff is on the bottom? I'm not really seeing anything new here. It said we had 6 new things. But I'm not seeing anything new. This all looks like stuff we had already. And yeah, that's the newest thing we got, which was the book Increasing Stewardship. Now, we might want to get that other book in place. We currently have a warfare one, and then we have the stewardship one. So I might want to change this up, because I want to say... No, it's learning. Alright, I thought we had one for intrigue. We don't. Alright, so we still need an intrigue book, unfortunately. I'm not entirely sure what the court artifacts were. Because, yeah, I don't see anything new. Would it be his items on his persons? No, because that's its own little notification here. You know, we got the new armor here. So we want to change out, won't we? Yeah, let's change out, get the increased prowess here instead. We also want to change out the dagger as well. Get the dagger. They both give the same 2+ prowess, but the scheme secrecy is a little bit more useful than the raid speed, obviously. As far as other things, I don't think there's anything else for us to put here. We still don't have a damn crown. We need to get one. Looks like, yeah, there's only the 4 things here. Alright, excellent. So, is there anything else that needs to be dealt with? I'm sure we should probably take a look at the faction situation. Because it does say we have a powerful faction. It might not have updated our troop numbers. I think that's what happened here. We need to let this play a little bit. We do need to select a new beneficiary. We'll keep her in place for now. But yeah, I'm wondering if we end up legitimizing our siblings, if there'll be options there. Alright, so we need to let it play a minute, let all these updates happen, let it go a month maybe, and then we can take a look at the faction situation. Okay, maybe it's updated now. Okay, so we have more people in here. Our giant is going to rebel against us. Don't do it, dog. Maybe we still need to set up to sway somebody. We already know who we have to sway, though. But let's go and do that now. Let's get him swayed so we can get the money. There's a lot more money we could be earning per month. Yeah, we're earning 0.2 out of 5.1 we could be earning. So let's go and sway him. Not a good chance of success, probably due to our incredibly low diplomacy. That's going to really cause problems. He is so disliked. He has such low diplomacy. He's got good stewardship now due to the wife. He's got the high intrigue and the high prowess, but learning, martial, and diplomacy are piss poor. Just very sorry. We are still going to participate in this crusade. We're going to put ourselves in charge too, just briefly, to make sure that we get the Crusader trait. Now over here, we got him finding secrets. We don't need to do control over there anymore. I don't think we need to do control anywhere. We can take a look in all of our territories, make sure that they all have decent control. I just kind of go through them real quick. I wish it showed you the control here, but it doesn't. So yeah, we have to, like, you know, actually click through them all. It's kind of hard to tell, like, when you're looking in the control map, which ones are yours and which ones are somebody else's. All of our places are good at control. So that's good, because that'll allow us to instead focus on the organized army, reducing the cost of our army a bit. That'll be helpful. And so yeah, I think that's the best thing for us. 9 effectiveness would be helpful too. And enemy hostile scheme success chance being reduced would be pretty good. So you could do the manage royal guards. But yeah, we'll do this one. This also increases garrison size, levy size, reinforcement rate, all that kind of good stuff. Helps us out. As far as the other characters here, we've already got him managing domestic affairs, which is exactly what we need to do for that opinion increase. With the steward, we still have him increasing development. This might be at 20 by now. Almost. Not quite there. He'll have it there soon. Alright, so they're all good to go. We've got money. Let's take a look at our men-at-arms. See if anything changed here. So we have the extra light footmen. So I was going to get a heavy cav unit. And we will, but we'll keep this guy around for now, since we might be looking at a potential rebellion here. I assume we're going to have a rebellion. We have these 4 members of the faction, including her, which we want her to rebel. I don't really want him to rebel, but might not be any way to stop that. We got her set to rebel, and we got her. Alright, well, we didn't inherit her title any damn way. Could we assassinate her to get rid of her? I mean, we want this faction to go off. What about her? Who's her primary heir? This guy here. So yeah, you could just kill her real quick. I say real quick. We don't know this would be real quick. But let's try it out. Let's see what happens here. Already got agents joining the scheme, so it's a 95% chance of success. Gonna happen in 12 months. Could even invite further people if we gave them some money, but we're not going to because it's unnecessary. Alright, so I think we let it play. Again, I kind of want to do something about the giant here, but I don't know what I would do. I guess we can give him like some type of honorary title. Yeah, there might be something we could give him. Send him a gift as well. Yeah, let's take a look at our different positions that maybe we can give him one. He wants to pay homage to us. That'll get us some money. And of course, we don't want to irritate anybody any further. We're actually in a decent situation. I was thinking a lot more people would join the faction than did. So that's really not that bad. This, unfortunately, needs to be reforged. It's really cheap to do so. Got a lot of time before it expires. We probably just want to grant it to somebody is what I'm thinking. And because, I mean, you can only use one sword, and our son's too young for it. So I want to give it to the knight here, to the giant, and see if we can improve his opinion some by giving him this artifact. So let's give him the sword. And that should boost his opinion some. Make him like us a little bit more. And the Empress is pregnant. We already have 4 children. I guess we haven't really looked at our kids yet. It only increased opinion by 5. Oh, I thought it would have done a little bit more. Alright, so that's just going to allow him to fight better against our troops, essentially. There's no titles to grant him over here. We don't have like a duchy title over there. We could, I suppose, make a duchy title here. Create the title and then grant that to him. That might be enough to get him to like us. Make him a duke. It's kind of expensive. I really don't want him to rebel, though, because I like the giant. And I don't have to punish him. Let's go ahead and grant him this duchy title, guys. And yeah, he's going to get a huge opinion bonus. And the faction that he's in would lose some discontent. And hopefully he'll leave the faction. Yeah, maybe not. He doesn't like us quite as much as I thought he would. So he might have just strengthened the rebellion even more. But that's okay, because remember, we actually kind of want them to rebel. I just don't want him to be in it. That's really what it comes down to. We got a court event, a little language. So, greetings, Sophia says, rearranging her blouse. I'm very interested in the upbringing of your son, Mieszko. You see, I speak East Slavic, a language that I believe would be most useful for him to learn. Oh, yeah. So this should just teach him it. Well, it's a success chance. With here, it's a 32% chance that he's successful. Here, it's for sure. So we will pay that money to make sure Mieszko learns the language. Yeah. So that's what we'll do. I think that's worth it. It's a major language in our country. And that'll be the only language he'll be able to learn. That'll really help him. Now, who is our wife? She's Greek. Yeah, I don't remember doing this marriage. We did it for the genius trait, which unfortunately did not get inherited by our eldest son. It did get inherited by the Princess Matilda, though. Well, that's interesting. We won't pick an education for her just yet. Oh, and the other daughter did too. I'd figure both the daughters would inherit it. She got the intelligent. She got the full level genius. That's a bummer. Makes me want to put Mieszko in the church or something so we can have one of our daughters inherit instead. And maybe her. Get that genius. We might change her name. I'm okay with Matilda, but I think we might change her. I was going to name her after the mom, but Nana is kind of a weird name, isn't it? Let's go ahead and change her name. Oops, I didn't mean to pin her. Apparently we have a couple people pinned up here. Trying to rename her. So we're going to name her based on one of your guys' suggestions earlier in the series, Jadwiga, and that was the daughter of Louis the Great. And so I think that's a good name. And makes me even more want to make her our heir. We'll see, guys. We'll see how things develop. But if we really need to, we can always use our daughters to create an alliance with somebody if these factions are just too strong. I'm not too worried about it. Both of these vassals are pretty powerful here. But even together, I don't think they're too much of an issue, particularly if we can get the knight to leave them. I don't know if we will be able to or not. Again, it's kind of a bummer we have all this happening now. Yeah, they would rebel in 8 months, so we don't want to send our army off to the Crusade. Yeah, it's such a shame that we have the Crusade going, and I want to get involved here. I want to get the Crusader trait. What can we do? You know what I mean? We could sell over there and do it real quick, but then we have the faction rebel. We really need to put the rebellion down first, honestly. And we don't have any money, so that's a problem too. We do have the ability to hold court, so we'll do that next episode, because unfortunately we'll have to end this one here. A lot of stuff happened, so we didn't get that much done in a sense because of all the things that have been taking place in this episode. Yeah, we're playing as a new character, new young 21-year-old Emperor Mieszko II, who is temperate. We never did take a look at those extra benefits, by the way. I think you already got the stewardship bonus. Maybe they increased. No, I think you got piety before. I'm not sure what you get here, honestly. Did you not get the stewardship before? I thought you did. Same culture opinion, maybe that's the new thing. I'm not entirely sure, but apparently there's new bonuses there. And then the monk one was the other one we wanted to take a look at, which we can see through our uncles. Maybe the learning? I assume you got some learning, but maybe not +3. No, because that was what his learning was before. Increased piety, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. We got a lot of things happening right now, guys. We got a large faction rebellion we're going to have to fight off. Trying to get that one knight out of it so we at least don't have to fight him, who's now a duke. So we made him more powerful and gave him more men to rebel against us. But yeah, I'm hoping that he'll leave that faction. So yeah, we're trying to get that done. We have the Crusade going. So a lot of stuff happening. We got these, the whole court decision. We'll take a look at that, see if there's anything really good there for us. We'll do all that next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys in the next one, and thanks for watching.